Hey, I'm Courtney with a K, and today on J. Cole's birthday, I'm giving you my top 10 favorite J. Cole songs.
As you know, it's my favorite rapper's birthday, and I am hyped. What better way to celebrate him than to make a top 10 list, which actually proved to be extremely difficult for me, and I still can't help but think that I left some songs off of there. So with that said, let me give you this disclaimer. This list is subject to change, especially in coming months since we are highly anticipating, the fall off. So shoot, it might change after I get finished filming because dude is really like that. So before I actually get into the countdown, I want to answer the question, why J. Cole? Simply put, he's a beast lyrically, and he can stand toe-to-toe with many other greats. His flow and his intricate wordplay paints the most vivid visuals. He uses his artistry to spit real things, and I respect that. And you gotta love when he sings his hooks and his outros. You gotta love. What draws me the most is his authenticity. I can feel his sincerity in his words, and that's what I connect with the most. So let's get into this countdown, shall we? First thing first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. So no role models. Like I said before, it's an anthem. I definitely had to have it on my countdown. I know that he's talking from a perspective of male, him not having any role models, but I also see the juxtaposition between like the 90s woman vibe to compare to the reality girls, like well, he said something else, but reality TV women and how women are portrayed now, and just the juxtaposition of those two women and how like women are not the same. So even those women, like even now growing up, we didn't have role models. So I appreciate that song. So coming in at number 9 is Geomd. And honestly, it was one of my honorable mentions. It was like one of those songs that I kept like taking off the list and putting back. And then last night I decided to go with it because it is one of those songs that I put on frequently and listen to frequently, so it wouldn't be right if I didn't include it. So I had to put it on there. What I love most about this song is the beat. Like, J. Cole went in on this, yo. Like, I love it. Number 8 is Rise and Shine, and this has always been one of my favorite songs for his debut album. I think what I love most about this song is because it's kind of like the I Have Arrived song. This is him introducing us to his reign and his takeover, and I love that about it. I definitely especially love verse 3, the third verse of this one, when he kind of goes in, and I could barely catch my breath reciting that part, right? So lucky number 7 goes to Middle Child, which is just a classic. It's just a classic J. Cole song, and I just love that the picture that he illustrates about him being the middle child, being in the middle of two very distinctive sounds in rap and hip hop, and how he kind of plays tribute to the greats before him, but then he also kind of like welcomes and embraces those that come behind him. Like he mentions 21 and Kodak, and so I just really love that song. And not to mention that it has a tight beat too. You can really rock with it, right? I just poured something in my cup. Hey! Number 6 coming at you is Two-Face, and it's one of those that I like because I like the nitty-gritty of how he kind of shows us two sides of Fayetteville. I could relate because I could see two sides of the city that I grew up in, two sides of America, especially now these days. And also how he addresses the two sides of yourself sometimes, like you're fighting two sides. I think my favorite part of this song is the outro. I love when he sings the outro on this one. So one of my So we got down to the top 5 now, right? So I knew that Friends was going to be in my top 5. I love Friends from the first time listening to it. I think it was one of the songs that I frequently played over and over. I mean, the message is so real and so authentic. I mean, I just appreciate how he wrote the song for his friends, trying to tell them, to possibly seek therapy or find another way other than, smoking weed. Find something to help you with the trauma or the pain that you may be experiencing, because using drugs and being depressed really doesn't blend, as he says. And so it's really the message of this song. I love the message. I love how he addresses how going to therapy is kind of like taboo and kind of frowned upon within our community, within the Black community. And it's just so much. That song is just so heavy, and how he says that he's seen it, he's seen firsthand this taking place, how we are, medicating our pains and our problems with drugs, and he didn't feel like he should say something, but then he's like, I love my friends. So definitely, hands down, this probably should be in my top 3, but Friends, I had to have Friends in my top 5. I absolutely love the song, and I love the message. So alright, so number 4 is Enchanted. It's J.Cole featuring Omen, and it's the 3rd verse, which is actually J.Cole's 2nd verse on there that I really love. I just like the rawness of how he's talking about, brothers shooting each other and killing each other in the hood and things like that. And I just feel that it's just really raw and it's real, and so that's why it's my favorite. Number 3. Back to the topic. This is the first freestyle, the actual first song that I heard by J. Cole. And the first time I heard it, I was like, run it back, please. I think I probably ran it back like a couple of times, because this is like the first song that I heard of his work, and it actually made me fall in love with him musically. And so back to the topic is a freestyle, if I haven't mentioned that, and he just kind of goes in, and I love it. It's like, ew. The breakdown is one of my absolute favorite J. Cole songs. And the reason is because I feel that J. Cole is so vulnerable on this track. He's honest, he's transparent, and that's what I really connect with. I love, his account in the first verse where he's, discussing his relationship with his father, or lack thereof. And it's just a realness to it. He's not even angry. It's just more so like you can just kind of feel the pain. And then he goes on in the 2nd verse and talks about his mother struggling with addiction. And so the whole song breakdown is just a very transparent, vulnerable J. Cole version that I don't think that we see too often. And so that's why I love it. I love the vulnerability. And the last one is Love Yours. I mean, hands down, right? It's the message. Love Yours is so well written. I just love that song. He just kind of try to remind us that, there is beauty in the struggle, and then there's ugliness in the success. So there's that duality there, that when we're broke, we aspire to be rich. But even when you get there, when you meet your goals, like, there's ugly parts of being successful too. And so just the transparency, the struggle that he actually kind of shows in that, it just speaks volumes for me. It's one of my favorite J. Cole songs, and that's why it's my number 1. That concludes my top 10 list. Okay, so that's my top 10 list for today, you guys. So it's subject to change. Some honorable mentions, some other songs that I would kind of struggle with and kind of put back and forth was Premeditated Murder, Villmatic, Fire Squad, January 28th. Those are some songs that I wanted on there, and I kind of struggled with. 1985, definitely, because that's like the closest that we're going to get to a J. Cole diss, I really do believe. So there's so many others, and so that's why I know that this list is probably going to change. But so I just want to thank you for watching. Take a moment to drop what your favorite J. Cole song is in the comments below. Make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe. And I just want to thank you guys again for watching. Happy birthday, J. Cole. Peace.